Hi kids, let us begin the next chapter, The Wonderful Waste. Dear children, during these lockdown days, have you made any wonderful things? For example, this flower is made up of pencil shavings. It is a waste, but we can make it useful by creating wonderful things. Wow! Some of my friends had made some experiments with bottle art. How nice it is! Have you or your mother made like this bottle art? Even I made a shake with jackfruit seeds, which we generally simply thrown away. It was very delicious. See the next one. Yes, this you might have done in your art and craft period. A flower was made of newspaper rolls, which is the used one, right? So nice. Some of you even tried using the bottle parts to make some stationery items and use some ice cream sticks to make pen stand, isn't it? Wow, see the next one. It is made up of pistachios. You can even try this as wall art. You can color it and use it. So we have seen how the waste can be used effectively and beautifully. Let's begin this story. Our story is also connected with the theme of waste management. And the most wonderful thing is this about this story is it is taking place in Travancore. Travancore is in the state of Kerala. So you can see this is our Kerala. Okay. The green part is known as Travancore. Sorry. So let's watch the video of this story carefully.
Unit 1 Wonderful Waste. Once the Maharaja of Travancore ordered a grand dinner in his palace. In the afternoon before the dinner, the Maharaja entered the kitchen to survey the dishes that had been prepared for the feast. What are you going to do with those vegetable scraps? He asked the cook, pointing to the basket of scraps near the cook. The cook replied, "They are waste. We will throw them away." You cannot waste all these bits and pieces of vegetables. Find a way to use them. The Maharaja commanded sternly and walked away. The cook was in a fix and kept staring at the vegetable scraps for some time. Suddenly, an idea flashed across his mind. He took all the vegetable bits, washed them and cleaned them well. Then he cut them into long strips. He put them in a huge pot and placed it on the fire to cook. Next, he ground some fresh coconut, green chilies and garlic together. He added this paste and some salt to the cooking vegetables. A tempting smell started coming from the pot. Now he whipped some curd and added it to the curry. He also poured a few spoonfuls of coconut oil and decorated the dish with curry leaves. Lo and behold, the new dish was ready. The cook served this new dish to the guests that evening. Everyone was eager to know the name of the new dish. The cook thought and thought. Then a name came to his mind. He named it Avial. Avial became famous all over Kerala and is now one of the dishes in a traditional Kerala feast. And imagine, it all came from a basket of waste.
So, dear children, today we have seen the beautiful story of Avial, and we have also learned how to make the good things out of waste. Let's begin the chapter. I want all of you to look into the textbook. Wonderful waste. Waste can be quite useful. Find out for yourself from this story. So we can make use of waste in different ways. One example we can learn from this story. How can we make the best from waste? Once the Maharaja of Travancore ordered a grand dinner in his palace. In the afternoon, before the dinner, the Maharaja entered the kitchen to survey the dishes that had been prepared for the feast. So let me explain this paragraph. So once the Maharaja of Travancore, Maharaja means the king of Travancore, he ordered a grand dinner in his palace. So in the afternoon before the dinner, the Maharaja entered the kitchen to survey the dishes that had been prepared for the feast. So do you know why the king go to the kitchen? Because he wanted to see and examine. To survey means to examine. To see and examine the preparations for the dinner. So he went to the kitchen and met the cook in the afternoon. Next paragraph. What are you going to do with those vegetable scraps? He asked the cook, pointing to the basket of scraps near the cook. The cook replied, "They are waste. We will throw them away." So the king entered into the kitchen. Imagine our Prime Minister comes to visit our area. What will be our feelings at that time? The same way the cook also might have felt, right? So once the Maharaja entered the kitchen, he saw there are many vegetable scraps around him. So the scraps means what? Vegetable scraps means the pieces of something that here the pieces of vegetables, the waste of vegetables. Once your mother cuts vegetables, she will peel the vegetables, then she will cut into pieces, right? So the unwanted or the unnecessary parts of vegetables she will be throwing into the dustbin or in the garbage. So here the vegetable scraps means the vegetable waste, the waste of vegetables that was lying in the kitchen. So the king asked, why there are so many vegetable scraps? What are you going to do with this? Because there were many waste in the kitchen, lying in the kitchen. He asked to the cook by pointing to the basket of scraps. The cook replied, "They are waste." The cook said that all these vegetable scraps are waste. There is no need, these waste are of no use, so he will throw them very soon. He said, "You cannot waste all these bits and pieces of vegetables. Find a way to use them." The Maharaja commanded sternly and walked away. So the Maharaja, the king commanded, "You cannot waste all these bits. You cannot waste all these vegetable parts and the pieces of vegetable bits and the peels of the vegetables. Find a way. You should find a solution how to use it, how to make use of it. How dare you waste so much of vegetables? You should make use of it and don't make it as a waste. You should find out a way to manage it. Maharaja commanded. Commanded means he ordered. Maharaja ordered. Sternly means very strictly. He ordered in a very firm manner and walked away, and he went from there. The cook was in a fix and kept staring at the vegetable scraps for some time. So, the cook was in a fix. If in a fix means he became confused. The cook became confused. He was confused. He did not know how to react, and he kept staring at those vegetable scraps. He was looking. Staring means looking at the vegetables for quite a long time. He was wondering, what I will do with these vegetable scraps? There is no use. Since the king has ordered, he cannot escape from it. He has to do something. Suddenly, an idea flashed across his mind. Suddenly, an idea came to his mind. What an idea, Saji! So, he took all the vegetable bits and washed them and cleaned them well. So, what he did? He took all the vegetables, whatever he had thrown away, and washed the vegetable parts very well. Thoroughly, he washed all the vegetable parts. Then what he did? He cut them. Then he cut them into long stripes. He put them into a huge pot and placed it on the fire to cook. Next, he ground some fresh coconut, green chilies, and garlic together. He added this paste and some salt to the cooking vegetables. Then what he did with those vegetable scraps? So he cut those vegetables, unwanted vegetable parts, into long pieces. Long stripes means long pieces, and he put it into a huge pot kept under the fire to cook. So what he did the next? He added some ground. He ground some fresh coconut. Ground is the past tense of grind. So he ground some fresh coconut and he added some chilies, green chilies, and garlic together. So he added these ingredients and he made into a paste and added some salt to the cooking vegetables. So, and after adding these ingredients, which are the ingredients? He the ground fresh coconuts, then green chilies and garlic together. Then he added some more salt also to the cooking vegetables into the cooking pot. A tempting smell started coming from the pot. See, after adding all these things, what a flavor it is. Garlic, coconut, green chilies. You can have that tempting smell. What a flavor he made. So he made that tempting smell that it started coming from the pot. Then now he whipped some curd and added to the curry. So he whipped here means he brought some curd and strike violently. Whip means strike violently So here he struck violently the curd. He made the curd strike violently, maybe with the help of a spoon or any other equipment. Okay, and added into the pot. He also poured a few spoonfuls of coconut oil and decorated the dish with curry leaves. So he also added some spoons of coconut oil, and then he garnished the dish, the food, with the curry leaves. So he garnished the dish with the curry leaves. So dear children, why do we need to decorate or garnish the food? See, if it doesn't look good, you won't eat it, right? So your mother will garnish the food. In the same way he did, to get the feel to eat, to get it attracted to the curry to eat. Then, lo and behold, the new dish was ready. Lo and behold means look for a surprise. The new dish was ready to serve. Wow, the cook served this new dish to the guests that evening. So the new dish was ready. See, he served to the guests. So everyone was wondering, and everyone was eager to know the name of the new dish. They were very eager. They want to know what is the name of the new dish, because they all like the new dish, the new taste, the variety of dish. So they all wanted to know what is the name of the new dish. The cook thought and thought. So when they asked for the name, he thought and thought, because he wanted to make a name instantly. So he named it. Then a name came to his mind. He named it Avial. Okay. Avial became famous all over Kerala, and it's now one of the dishes in a traditional Kerala feast. And imagine, it all came from a basket of waste. So he named the new dish as Avial. Now the dish became very popular and one of the most important part in the traditional Kerala feast. Like Onam, we say that we make Avial as a important dish. Now the cook prepared out of waste. He cooked a delicious food, a delicious dish out of waste, and it became one of the most important dish in Kerala's traditional feasts. It's an amazing fact behind the story of Avial, isn't it? This is also a lesson to be learned on reusing waste or waste management. I hope you people have enjoyed the story. Now, let's come to the meanings. In a fix, the words which are written in bold are the vocabulary, and the other one is the meaning of the words. In a fix means a situation hard to escape from. Flash across the mind, that means suddenly thinks of. Lo and behold means look, what a surprise. Traditional feast means hearty meal for many guests served on a special occasion. Flashed means quick outburst of flame. Quick outburst. Survey means to check or to examine. Scrap. Scrap means pieces of something. Sternly. Sternly means strictly. Whipped. Whip means strike violently. These are the new words, and this is the dish Avial, And this is the traditional Kerala feast. You can see many items over there. The papad is there, sambar is there, and avial also, one of the important dish in the traditional Kerala feast. This is the picture of avial. Now let's look at the summary of this chapter. Have a glance. Maharaja ordered a grand dinner in his palace. He surveys kitchen before dinner and finds a scrap basket full of vegetable peels. He orders his cook to find a way to use them. Cook, in a fix, suddenly an idea flashed across his mind. He washed them, put them in a huge pot, and added few ingredients to make a tempting dish out of the waste. The new dish was served to all the guests. He named it avial. It became very famous. So children, what do we learn from the story? So for the example of the avial, which is made of waste, vegetable waste, we can follow the slogan to protect our environment, our nature. Reuse, reduce and recycle. Reduce, reuse and recycle. Okay, we have to reuse the waste, reduce the waste and recycle the waste for a better tomorrow. Thus we can save our nature, our environment. So thank you. Today we have learned the beautiful lesson, wonderful waste. Thank you.